Hello and welcome to the Yorkshire Gardener's how-to video for today. Today's how-to video is going to be about planting peas and how to plant them. A great little trick or tip for you to grow them at home in plant pots or to do with the children. It's a great little thing to do with the kids, encouraging them to grow stuff, encouraging them to look after plants, and then reaping the rewards of the harvest afterwards. So we're going to do about gardening. Hello and welcome to the Yorkshire Gardener's how-to video for today. Today's how-to video is going to be on how to grow peas in tubs, also in the ground. It's an ideal thing to do with the children, teaching them how to grow stuff, teaching them how to look after things, and then they can reap the rewards of the plants and the harvest once they've grown. So today we're going to be doing about that. So first off, you are needing to get a planter. It's a bit mucky, it's an old one. It's a bit squashed as well, we're under some wood, but it'll do its job to show you how to do it. So you can pick up these pretty cheap from pound shops. So these are ideal for growing peas in. If you wanted to grow them on your patio, or if you wanted to grow them up something. So an ideal tub to grow them in. First off, you need to make sure that it's got some holes in it, which this hasn't at the moment, so we need to drill some holes in the bottom of it. So right, we've now put some holes in it. I've put them where the actual up bits are, but I've also put them all the way up. The reason why we have holes in them is for the drainage. If you don't have holes in it and it rains bad, or if you overwater them, they'll just become soggy and they'll die, and it'll just become waterlogged. So you don't really want that. So the next job is to put some compost in it. Right, so now we've filled it with compost, we can now get some peas and put them in. So these are just normal general peas, what you can buy from the garden centre. Any garden centre will do. So all I do is get the packet. All you need to do is you can just put them straight in, just like that. A nice line of them all the way down. Just like that. So some might think I've put too many in there, but I've done this for the past 5 or 6 years and I've never had a problem doing it myself like this. I've seen a lot of people start them off in pots on pictures. You don't need to start peas off in pots, as it's just a waste of time, I think. You might as well just either start them straight off in where you're going to plant them and they'll grow perfectly fine. It saves all the transplanting of them, and like I said, you can just shove them straight in just like that, and it's nice and simple. So once we've got the peas in, we then just have to cover them up like you would do any other plant. Just use normal general compost. Multi-purpose is fine, you don't have to get any special seedling one or vegetable one. Just normal general multi-purpose compost, which you can pick up from loads of different places. They seem to be selling it in supermarkets everywhere at the moment, so it's always good to look around online maybe to see where the best price is for composters. It varies from different places to places. You can usually pick up a bargain if you do look around. So we've got the compost on, so just gently pat it down. I just like things to look a bit more neater. Like I said, I apologise for it looking a bit squashed, but it'll do its job. There's no point wasting it. So after you've done that, the next step is obviously they need some water. So we best water them. All you need is a watering can. Make sure that you've got this rose end on, as if you haven't got the rose end on, then it will just waterlog them, and you don't want to waterlog them. Even though you've put holes in it, you still don't want too much water. So we've given them a nice little drink. So, next step. Best off at this time of year is not to put them outside straight away. You might just want to wait a bit before you pop them outside. So to give them that extra little start, like I've done in my previous videos, I'm going to use my little trick, which I'll show you now. And my little trick again is cling film. I love this stuff for gardening. It's a case of just rolling it out and covering it up. The reason why I do this is because it just keeps them that little bit warmer. Also keeps them moist. Save you having to keep watering them every day or every other day. Just like that, nicely wrapped up, and Bob's your uncle. That is your peas planted. Nice and easy. Definitely something for the kids to do. So once that's done, I can just leave it in my greenhouse or somewhere nice and warm just to get it started. Another thing for having cling film on is that little pests and stuff might come and scurry them out and take the peas, and you don't really want that. Once they start growing, the best place to grow them is at the side of a fence or garden fence, and all you need to do is pop some netting up behind it just so that they can attach the suckers onto the netting, and they'll easily just climb straight up there and do the job. So also, when you get your little shoots and you pop them outside, make sure that you do put some netting in front of the plants, because pigeons are absolutely a pain. What they'll come and do is they'll come down and they'll eat the tops of all the peas. So you need to make sure that they're netted up to stop the peas from getting eaten. And netting can be picked up anywhere. I've seen it as cheap as £1 in shops, in lots of pound shops. So it's an ideal place to get your netting from. You don't need to spend loads on netting, so it just keeps them that little bit more protected. So that gives you an idea on how to plant peas indoors, and also to get them started in plant pots if you're deciding to grow them in plant pots. The next part of this video I'll show you about growing them outside. So if you're planting them outside, all you need to do is just get, I had weeded this the other day, just dig it back over, get some nice into the soil. I'm going to be growing them against some chicken wire outside. That's what I usually use, or netting. Netting can be used, or if you've got a fence, grow them along the fence. So all you need to do is just dig over a bit of land, a bit of area, dig a little trough, like that. Nice and simple. Just like that. And then all I do, you get your seeds, you don't have to measure in between them. I don't tend to. It says on packet that you have to, but like I said, I've been doing this for many years and I've never had a problem. So all I do is just shove them straight in the trough, nicely together. You get absolutely loads in a packet, so you can just spread them out just like that. So just like that. And then once you've got them in, all you do is just cover them back up, just like that. And then they're all nicely in. So after you've done that, all you have to do is just water them. Once they start to grow, I will have some chicken wire fastened to this, or netting, and they'll just grow straight up against the netting, nice and easy. The suckers will fasten to them and they'll grow up just like that. Also, make sure that you cover them with netting once they start to grow, or the pigeons will just come and eat the tops straight off them, and that'll stop them from growing any bigger. So that's how you grow peas in the ground. Thank you for watching today's how-to video. Make sure you click that subscribe button underneath the video so that you get notified when I post new videos and to keep up to date with how I'm getting on my plot. Sorry, the wind just took that. So make sure you subscribe. Feel free to leave comments. I do read them all. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next video. And remember, keep gardening.